Welcome everyone. Jurisage Academy is launching a video series of weekly legal updates for a quick recap of important legal events from the past week under 6 minutes. The first news is with respect to the Supreme Court permitting conducting physical gatherings for election campaigns. In an earlier decision by the Madhya Pradesh High Court, the court had directed that only virtual campaigns be permitted for the by-polls for 28 assembly seats which are to be held in the state. This comes after the Election Commission had already permitted public gatherings and election rallies. Political gatherings of over 100 persons have also been permitted under the National Disaster Management Act. In a PIL, the Madhya Pradesh High Court permitted campaigns and rallies only by virtual mode and not physical gatherings. Physical gatherings were permitted only with the permission of the district magistrate after depositing the requisite security amount. This order also directed filing of FIRs against Kamal Nath and Narendra Singh Tomar for alleged violation of COVID-19 norms in election campaigns. Last week, a 3-judge bench of the Supreme Court has granted a stay on this order of the Madhya Pradesh High Court and has directed that the Election Commission consider all the issues raised therein. The Supreme Court has refused to comment on the merits of this case. In another important news, Rahul Gandhi has been granted permanent exemption from court appearance in a defamation case. The Ahmedabad Metropolitan Magistrate Court has granted Mr. Gandhi permanent exemption from court appearance in a criminal defamation case which has been registered against him for making defamatory remarks against Home Minister Amit Shah. The court has exercised its discretion in the present case and granted permanent exemption from personal presence after analyzing the Supreme Court decision in Bhaskar Industries Limited versus Bhivani Denim and Apparels Limited, a 2001 decision. Section 205 and 317 of CRPC deal with the issue of dispensing personal attendance of the accused. The highlight of last week has been the notification of Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization, Adaptation of State Laws, 5th Order. The Jammu and Kashmir Alienation of Land Act of 1995 was a legislation which prohibited transfer of land in favor of non-state subjects. This law stands repealed by the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization, Adaptation of State Laws 5th Order of 2020, which was notified last week by the central government. In an important Supreme Court case, the Supreme Court has refused to consider a PIL which asked for enforcement of the Farmers Act. The Supreme Court has dismissed this PIL which sought directions to center and states to enforce the Farmers Act, citing that a general direction to implement the laws cannot be made. Specific instances must be highlighted. Very important decision by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has held that an accused must be informed of his right to default bail as soon as it accrues to him. In the case of M. Ravindran versus the intelligence officer, a 3-judge bench of the Supreme Court has held that the courts have a duty to inform the accused of his right to avail default bail as soon as it accrues to him. The right to avail such bail cannot be defeated by subsequent actions of the prosecution like filing of the final report, additional report, or seeking extension of time. Object of Section 167 Clause 2 of CRPC furthers the right guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution. In another case, the Supreme Court has rejected the plea for interim order for implementation of OBC quota in the All India quota for the current academic year. In the case of State of Tamil Nadu versus Union of India, a 3-judge bench has dismissed the plea which asked for interim orders for implementing the 50% OBC quota in medical colleges in the academic year 2020 to 2021. Because of the fact that the counselling process has already commenced and any further changes will only disturb the entire admission process, no interim order was granted in the present case. In a very important event from last week, the Gujarat High Court becomes the first Indian court to live stream its proceedings on YouTube. On 26 October 2020, Gujarat High Court became the first court to do so, to promote the concept of open courts. This also comes after an important 2018 ruling of the Supreme Court in the matter of Swapnil Tripathi versus Supreme Court of India. In another important news, the Prime Minister's office has clarified in response to an RTI query that the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund is not a public authority for the purposes of Section 2H of the RTI Act 2005. This was stated in a reply to a RTI query by Mr. Abhimanyu Srivastava. Other related matters with respect to public authority are pending before the Delhi High Court. Another important news is with respect to the affidavit which has been submitted by the central government, which has assured that the scheme of waiver of interest on interest will be made applicable by November 5th for eligible borrowers of loans up to rupees 2 crores. Lastly, Uttarakhand High Court has directed the Central Bureau of Investigation to register an FIR against the sitting Uttarakhand CM against the corruption charges that have been leveled against him in multiple PILs. With this, we come to an end of last week's legal updates. Please like, share and subscribe and never miss another update.